buy some stuff?
I definitely want to buy some stuff. I have like no food to my name. I have like nothing.
Oh, brilliant. Well, look, I have got some special offers for you today. If you just take a look in our wonderful shulk box, all of these.
Oh my gosh!
They've been hand baked by the wonderful crew of the Pineapple Baking Company, aka me.
Eventually, after hours and hours of hard work, I was pleasantly surprised by an adventure with Spidey. As the sun sets, you can see that we've gotten a lot of progress done in the kingdom. You can see that we have a very cool looking pathway here where I've used a ton of different new blocks. We have some shoveled soil and some dirt over here, and then we also have coarse dirt around the area and some mud bricks and then some dripstone block. And you can also see that right here, we have some jungle wood and we also have some crafting tables too. And I must say that it's looking mighty fine. This path actually extends a very, very long way and it's completely peaceful and nice and decorated the entire way too. We have barrels that are leading up the stone path. And we also have some stone buttons right here, which are some rocks in the area, which was inspired by ETAT, and I think that they really spice up the area too. As we head up the hill, you'll see that we also have some custom trees here, also inspired from ETAT, and then some campfires just to light up the area too. This entire place has been bone mealed, and I do have to put some seeds in this area, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. This whole area is just going to be leading to our spooky village, and I'm honestly so excited to start making it, except for that there are still a couple of things that we need to get done, like making a bridge to fully connect this path. But man, does this path go an incredibly long way. It happened over the course of a couple streams and then plenty of time on my own too. And eventually we'll get to extending this path over towards Cobb's base, which is actually pretty close over here. But the custom trees and the storage over all around with lanterns over here, it just continues the entire pathway down over here until we finally take a right hand turn, and you can see that as we continue along the path, we're gonna make our our way over to the water, where I think that we're going to be building just over here somewhere. But I think that's totally okay because it's actually just September 26th, meaning that me and the other members of the Lotus SMP are more than welcome to build in this area whenever they like. And to the Lotus members watching this video, I'd love for you all to make a build of your own spooky style. It would be so cool to have something incredible over in this area, which, to be specific on the map, is right over here down below Cobb's base where my path ends, right in this peninsula here. But before we get to collecting materials in this area, we have some materials to gather and a bridge to build. With our materials in hand, it was finally time to build the bridge. Well, of course it starts to rain as soon as I get to showing you this build, but honestly, I think that it's okay because it actually kind of matches the vibe of this bridge. The entire bridge is pretty much all slabs, but we do have some stairs around here too, and it really just has such a nice look at the rest of the area leading into our kingdom. As you can see, I have some spruce trapdoors just to spice up the area even more, and eventually we'll connect the bridge to the path leading over to our spooky area, but we're not going to get to doing that yet because there's something that's pretty cool that I do want to show you all. But first, if we hop into CheatyCam, you can see that we have a really interesting design for the bridge. I ended up building this on stream, and the title of the stream was Building a Bridge with No Plan. And so to be honest, to be doing this live, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and it really gives a nice mythical fantasy sort of vibe to the area. But if we head back to our base and we turn around the corner here, you'll see that we have 4 shulker boxes all given from Pug, and they have tons and tons and tons of materials here, tons of mud, which is exactly what I'm going to be needing in order to make our spooky builds. So a huge thank you to Pug for doing that. I can't believe how much materials we have right here. But I say tomorrow morning, let's fly on off to the shopping islands because I have one more thing to show you there as well. We can head on over to Slip's Terracotta, where we have a big surprise in store. I really do love the look of this area. It's so cozy feeling, and I didn't think that we were going to be making that many sales from Slip's Terracotta, but if we open the door here, you can see that in every single chest that we have, Pug has bought us out, which is incredibly funny to me, and now I am more rich than I've ever been in this game, meaning that we're definitely going to have to flex our wealth somewhere later down the line. But that does mean that before we get to building our spooky build, we do have to get to Restocking Slip's Terracotta. I do just want to pause the video here for a moment to say thank you for being here, for taking a chance on this guy. I take so much pleasure out of making these videos for you all. I hope that you like them. If you do, consider subscribing, because I'm not going anywhere. Well, we're back at Slip's Terracotta, but you can see it looks a little bit different. All of the leaves around us, along with the saplings that you can see next to the windmill, have been turned into an autumn color, and it even applies to the trees that we have over here too. I have gotten along to restocking Slip's Terracotta with some regular and some orange terracotta, and so I say we might as well fly along over to the Spooky Village area. And Cobb's base just looks perfect in a nice autumn vibe. We can continue along our fall forest where you can see Dan has already started to work on the land. We're gonna have a couple of contests coming up in a couple of weeks here on the Lotus SMP, and I gotta say, I really can't wait to participate. And the best way to get competitive and maybe win some prizes from these events is to be here and be prepared early. So I say, let's get around to building something awesome in the spooky fall forest.
Trying, only crying, a time or two, telling myself somehow we will make it through. I believe you and me, we're gonna be fine. You've been saying maybe we should just be friends. All this hope like knots of rope has made a mess in between everything that we had. We realized it wasn't all that bad. It's hard to believe that we're coming undone. Getting over our fears while we're under the gun. There's no making sense of the things that they say. I know we're better than that anyway. I've been thinking maybe you should come back home. We can tell them we're just seeing how this goes.
Well, as you can see, I've kind of cooked. He cooked! But as Maritharu ended up saying in her Discord, this build is just the epitome of fall vibes. And of course it starts to rain before I get to saying anything else. And as we walk up to the house, you can see on her sign that it does say Slips, but I think that we're actually going to change it to Shrams, because after all, he is the main inspiration for me making this build in general. I think that it looks really cool, and now it starts a thunderstorm as well, meaning that I guess we can sleep tonight. But I really love the mixture of hanging signs along with yellow glazed terracotta and some pumpkins. This is definitely a palette that I've never tried playing around with before, and I must say that I'm really happy with how this tower ended up looking too. When it came to texturing around the build, I made sure to only have one tall grass, which I think makes the area look rugged and wild, but not too overgrown. And of course, we do happen to have an interior in here too. We have a bookshelf in case Shram wants to do some reading, and some furnaces and some crafting tables here too. And then we have a little bar area and a table right here where you can place your keys after coming in from work. And I love the paintings that we have here along with the B-dubs windows too. I do think that this interior is really nice and cozy. And it's funny, we actually happen to have this build done on the 12th of October, meaning that although we have a giant pumpkin over here, the other Lotus members haven't gotten around to building anything yet. So while we're waiting to do some shenanigans on the server with everybody, I think that I'm gonna plant a bunch of sunflowers around. And I must say, I've been very inspired by Halfway Gaming and J Figsy recently. And so, in order to bring more of a story and more life into this world, I'm gonna read to you the story of the sunflower. This world wasn't always as pretty as it was now. There was a time when evil had all control. People don't talk about it much anymore. Like the bruise of a dropped apple, and see it on their faces. Battle scars riddle the skin of the people who were there, the people that saw it. That saw the sunflower that lay in his outstretched hand. They remember the look on his face, the innocence that stood pure in his hazelnut-colored eyes. There was something unusual about the sunflower he held. It's been about a week since the last time that we checked up in the Halloween district, and as you can see, there have been a lot of changes that have been made. But before we do get into those changes, I did want to tell you all that I've made a couple of additions to our area here too. I've gotten around to spicing up the area with tons of little Lotus mob figures. We have Rad just hanging out on a pumpkin right here. And then if we head to the back of the build, you'll see one of my favorite creations that I've ever made with armor stands. We have me and Madi just hanging out and chopping some blocks here. And I think that it's just so cutesy and fits in with the vibe perfectly. And also, if we were to head inside Shram's Tavern here, you'll see that we have Luma as a bartender. And then over in here, I didn't see someone put a golden carrot in her hand. Over here, we also have Drift just hanging out. And gosh, I must say, it's just so fun getting to hang out with other people and seeing the things that they've made as well. As we head deeper into the Halloween district, you'll see that we have the Lotus Motel, which was made by Dan, which is really creative. And I've still never figured out how to put letters on banners or anything like that. And it's definitely something that I want to try in the future. But I love the color palette here. It just matches the Halloween vibe so well. And if we head inside, you'll see that we also have many little interiors where you can stay for the night as well. We can check out the interior here, and it looks like something's going on with Chespi. Ooh, and Dan. I must say, I'm quite happy to be on Chespi's good side. And over in the office area, we can also open the door here. We have our armor stand contest, and we also have Buzzy right here too. We are going to be taking a part of this contest, so we can place 8 diamonds also in here too. And then as the sun sets, you'll see that we also have some skeleton horses that we could get on loan. And this area is just looking absolutely incredible. I love how the jack-o'-lanterns are lighting up the area. We can also make our way over to a gigantic pumpkin right here, which I believe was made by Pineapple and Dan. I have added a couple of extra armor stands here. We have Morg, who's walking up the stairs with a pair of shears. And then as we head inside, you'll also see that we have Slip right here. As you'll be able to notice, my Halloween costume is going to be Ash from Pokemon. And since Halloween is officially being celebrated this weekend, we might as well change our skin too. We'll get around to doing something really cool with the skin. You can see that we already have Chespi over here, and then we have Hank Green over here. So I'm very excited to be contributing to this, and I think that I'm going to have it as the outro cinematic for the video. As we head outside of the pumpkin, you'll see that I don't know who it was, but someone got up to some incredible work with some custom trees in this area. We have many pumpkins all over the place, and we can see on the sign that this is Luma's build area. I think that this might be one of the coolest trees that I've ever seen. As you can see, the crying obsidian is just dripping off purple goo. And then we also have some skulk themed trees right here, and look how dark and just ominous it is as we head into this area, along with scary with all the skulk sensors too. As you can see, the custom terrain just leads up to a really ominous looking nether portal too. Everyone really just seems to be popping off, and it's so fun getting to see everything that everyone's made. And as we head over in this direction, we have something really interesting as well. As you can see, with all of the apples, we have an apple bombing station here, which is actually a game. As you can see, when the light shows, the game is ready. And so I say, let's head up the ladder and give our best shot. We have our scoreboard right here, where you can see that Pineapple is up on top. But Zay and Banana and Madi have also gotten there too, actually along with C-Man and also JBDCM. It looks like the payment is 1 diamond, and I think that we can afford that. And so it sounds like in order to play, you put the diamond in the barrel, and then you stand on the andesite right here, and then we can press the button as well. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Okay, I think I have to get apples right here. Are there chests here? I don't know how to play. It seems like to play, we have to find the note box that are gonna light up. There goes the timer. I do not think that we really did that well. We can reset the game and then we'll go and check our score, which it seems that we were only able to get 5 apples. And so we can put our first score on the table here. But man, I had such a blast playing that right now. And so I think that I'm going to come back off camera and try to get a better score. But as the sun sets, you can see that we also have another build in this area here, which wow, this must have been made by Drhakonis, as we can see with the mob head right there. And he has a halo gun and a sword, and we have a Spartan right here and another amazing armor stand right here. It was so well done. I do know that Drhakonis is a big fan of Halo and of Destiny, and what a wonderful way to put this into the game of Minecraft. In particular, I'm so impressed with the weapons that he has. They look so real, and we have feathers right here and some quartz just to give that extra accent too. And the faces of these creatures look pretty scary as well. I can see how much time was put into this, and I'm really impressed. But as much as I would like to wait around and see who else gets to building in this area, it is the 26th of October, and I want to post this video today, meaning that this guy has some work to do. This project has taken over a month of time to get ready, and I'm so happy that everyone in the SMP ended up contributing as well. And so, if you like our build and all the incredible things that these awesome creators on the Lotus SMP do, please do consider leaving a like on this video. I really appreciate you taking a chance on this guy. I have so much fun making these videos. It's only 5 a.m. on a Saturday, and I'm just so pumped to get this video out. We have some big plans for the next episode, and I can't wait for you to see them. But now, for me, it's time to get back to work.